Okay. Turn me up a little bit.
Hey, what's going on here, everybody? Tonight is a special cook. I got my buddy, Onion, from Onion Smoke Shack. He's came over to the stall, and we're gonna trim these briskets up, and we're gonna put them on the Masterbuilt 30 electric smoker. And we're gonna see if we can get this brisket here to fit on this grate. Now, I did a little bit of recon before, and I think that we can get that to fit. So let me open up the first one. Let me tell you what I did before. Before I got some beef broth, I heated it up. It's just no more than the normal beef broth. I think it's 1 teaspoon per 1 cup. I made 3 cups, and I try to put a cup per brisket in. I did that earlier today, so we're gonna open these up. We're gonna trim all the hard fat off, and then we're gonna put them on the Masterbuilt. So let's get into this. We got a pretty good price on these brisket flats at the local Navy Exchange here in San Diego. And there's some pretty good flats. I think the average of the flat is about 10 pounds. I think I got 2 10 pounds and one like 9.33. Clean up a little bit of this mess. All right. When I was in the store, I was looking at the flat and I was looking for the flexibility of it. You know, it got a little bit of fat here, but we're gonna trim this off. I don't have a lot of hard fat, so let's go ahead and try to trim a little bit of this off. They say you want to have a 1/4 inch of fat, but on this side right here, I want to try to get all the fat off so my seasoning will stick. I'm cooking these 3 flats for a customer, actually 2 customers tomorrow. And what I like to do is, if I'm talking to a customer, and unless they really want the whole packer, I advise them to cook a flat because of the waste. You don't trim a lot of fat on a flat. Get in here and get this little bit of hard fat so our seasoning will stick. I can say it's a pleasure to have my friend Onion over at the stall tonight. Say a little something there, Onion.
Hey everybody, welcome to the meat stall. Find you some meat and smoke it.
Yes, sir. You know, I sharpen this knife with that little thing, and it's acting like it's pretty sharp.
It's looking sharp. So you like to get all the fat off the top ears?
Yeah, especially on this side right here. because it's like the bottom right here, and I try to get much fat off as I can right here, so I can build that bark, and I can get the seasoning to stick. I mean, I love cooking brisket flats. I mean, well, number one, they cook quicker. That's the whole point. And I think you get more bang for your buck. I know a lot of people don't inject their flats, but since the flat doesn't have a lot of fat content, or I can say intermuscular fat, I like to inject my flat.
When you just cooking a flat, what's the average time per pound?
Well, usually I cook to temp. That's what any meat I try to cook to temp. You know what I'm saying? As far as these flats here, I'm gonna bring them up to 203 because that's my sweet spot. A lot of people like cooking at 190, 195. I guess your personal preference. For me, I think a flat works best at 203. I did it a couple times and it came out awesome. I'm not doing this for a competition, so I'm not going to take all the silver skin off, because I think from where I trimmed it now, it can hold the seasoning. Okay, let's flip this one over. Now, filling this right here, I feel a lot of hard fat right here. I'm gonna try to trim this down to probably about maybe a quarter of an inch. But this right here, this gotta go. Because everybody like a little bit of soft fat. That's what my wife tells me as I got a little older.
Watch those fingers.
Yeah, I see that. You see that?
We don't want no bleeding on this one, man.
They always say you should cut away from you. So let me practice what I preach. What I'm going on with a binder, you can use olive oil or what have you. You know, so what I'm going on today is Worcestershire because I want to stay with the beef flavor. So basically, I'm just going on with some Worcestershire because I think, just my personal preference, I think a brisket should taste like beef. I don't like sweet on my brisket at all. More of a savory taste. So I use Worcestershire as a binder. Not saying that any other way is wrong or what have you, but just for me personally, that's my take on it. 50-50 salt and pepper. I use this. This is my go-to. I know a lot of people use SPG, but I think the salt and pepper when it comes to brisket is the best. And I like to go on the kind of liberal. So it's a big piece of meat, so unless your hand is very heavy, don't really worry about over salting it.
It can definitely take a lot.
And this is a staple in the meat stall household. I always keep me some 50-50 on hand. Now, a lot of people take this brisket, they go with SPG or they go salt, pepper, garlic, paprika. To me personally, I don't think paprika is needed. for the coloring because you're gonna get the bark from your smoker. It's a little naked spot right there. Doing a little bit of Worcestershire on this side.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. I don't like sweet on my.
No, I don't like sweet on my brisket at all.
No.
I like beef to taste like beef. Now pork, a little on pork, I definitely like sweet. I apologize for not using gloves tonight, but my hands is clean. Go on. Okay, we're going on with the briskets. We're going to try to set this Masterbuilt out tonight. We're going to do 3 10-pound brisket flats on the Masterbuilt 30 smoker. We're going in with brisket number 1. And I'm smoking with applewood pellets. I didn't use chips this time, I'm trying pellets. So let's open this up. The smoke is already rolling.
It smells good. You're gonna get 3 on there, Ricky.
Brisket flat number 1. Come with brisket flat number 2.
Go grab that other one.
Brisket flat number 2. Onions coming out with brisket flat number 3. Like I said, y'all, we got an all-star guest tonight. Mr. Onion from Onion Smoke Shack.
Look at that, man.
There it is. 30 pounds of brisket on the Masterbuilt 30. Let's close it up. Let's get the smoke. Internal temp now is 191, but the Masterbuilt recovers pretty good. So we're gonna let it roll. I'm not gonna put a temperature probe in right now because I know there's nowhere close to 150 or 160 when your meat stop achieving smoke. So I'm probably going to smoke these things for the first 2 hours, maybe 3. I'm not sure. Since I'm using applewood, I may smoke for the first 3 hours because it want to be a strong smoke. And then we're just going to let it go. All right, catch it in a little bit. The brisket's been on probably about 4 hours. I put them on about 4 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock right now. I put my meat probe in. I temped it out at like 175. I'm pretty sure I'm at the stall right now. I pulled them out. I spritzed them. Got a lot of evaporation where the brisket is tensing up, pushing the juice out. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and wrap them and let them go ahead and sit till they get to like 203. 203 is my sweet spot. So that's what we're going to next. Just came out of the house. We were still in the stall. We're stalling out about 173. So we wrapped it up. And then we got it wrapped up. And also, the meat's not going to take any more smoke. So I bumped the smoke up to 275. And we're going to ride it out to 203. Then we're going to wrap it up in some towels and put them in the cooler and let them rest. Okay, so it's about 6 hours in. My internal temp is reading 204 on my thermometer, but we just probed it and it's not feeling like butter. So we're gonna let it go for a while. What'd you think about that, Onion?
Yeah, it felt good at first when you started going in, but then you hit that part and it was still a little resistance there, so I don't think it's quite ready. Go a little bit longer.
All right, so we're gonna go just a little bit longer. And also, I didn't test my thermometer. My thermometer may be off. If it's off by 10 degrees, that'll make a big difference.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go a little bit longer. All right, ladies and gents, we put them back in and let them go to 209. I was going to 210, but at 209, something moved me and said, get up and probe them briskets. So we probed them, they probe tender. Now, I'm gonna take them in the house and wrap them up, put them in the cooler. What's up, dog? Had to take a little nap. Was up all night. But it's 4 o'clock now. And these things are still piping hot inside this aluminum foil. Let's get them out and cut a slice. Or 2. It's nice and tender. Doesn't have the smoke ring, but it's damn good though. That is so juicy.
Okay. Turn me up a little bit.